Which choice completes the text with the most logical transition? In 1974, Mexican chemist Mario Molina and U.S. chemist F. Sherwood Rowland discovered that chemicals called CFCs were harmful to the ozone layer. Their research was extremely influential in the fight against CFCs. It laid the foundation for a 1987 treaty that phased out the use of CFCs across the globe. So, third sentence here has a blank which is meant to be placed with one of these transitions to highlight how the result of the research was that it helped lay the foundation for a 1987 treaty to phase out the use of CFCs. So the proper transition here would show how the previous sentences were like that this third sentence here is the result, or more in depth about what was said earlier. So, A, regardless. This is incorrect because regardless highlights that there is a contrast between this third sentence and the sentences earlier. But this is not the case because these sentences earlier build up to this last sentence here, where it highlights how the research was laying the foundation for a 1987 treaty. Therefore, A, regardless, is incorrect. B, specifically. This seems to be the correct answer because specifically properly shows how the research was extremely influential in the fight against CFCs, and this is done through how the research laying the foundation for a 1987 treaty against the use of CFCs. Therefore, B seems to be the correct answer. C, however, this is incorrect because like A, however, shows a contrast between this third sentence and what was said earlier. But because this is not the case, as the second sentence highlights how the research was influential in the fight against CFCs, and the third sentence highlights how it was influential because it laid the foundation for a treaty, however, does not properly fit here. So C can be eliminated. D, earlier. This is incorrect because earlier implies that this treaty was signed before this research was created, but this is not the case because it clearly says that the research helped lay the foundation for the treaty. Therefore, D, earlier, is not making sense in this case. And thus, the correct answer is B.